Hey everybody, it's Josh, and this is another episode of my Surviving the Pavement series where I discuss what it was like to be homeless. As I've said before, I was I was homeless on and off for a 10-year period between about 2004 and 2014, and you guys know the story. There's been media stories about me and everything. Got my high school diploma in 2014. Finally, got into Iowa State. Graduated Iowa State last year with honors, so I've turned myself around. But this Surviving the Pavement series is where I share some of my knowledge about homelessness and what it all entails and how to survive as a homeless person and so on. Um, Today, what we're going to talk about is the able bodied homeless. Sorry, I got to keep adjusting. For some reason, this camera isn't setting right. Okay. Today, we're going to talk about the able bodied homeless. Now, you'll hear people say oftentimes when they see a homeless guy panhandling on a corner, like a homeless guy has a sign at the end of some highway or some street corner, and it says, homeless, please help, or homeless, hungry, need help, whatever it is. A lot of people will comment and say, that dude looks able bodied. So he can get a job. I'm not going to help him. And, you have that right. You have that right not to help him. But I'm going to let you guys in on a little bit of a secret that you probably didn't know. Being able bodied is not all that entails having a steady job. Okay, so a lot of these homeless guys are people that a lot of people would consider strange or odd or weird or whatever you want to call it. And so what happens, and I've seen this plenty of times, what happens is a lot of these people will get a job, whether it's at some factory or whether it's at the local McDonald's or Burger King or whatever it is. And things will go well for a while. But when their coworkers start realizing that the person's a little bit different, a little off, a little weird, whatever it is, just some kind of different, they slowly but surely start picking on and bullying and harassing that person. And after a month or two of that, it becomes hell to even come to work because you just know you're going to get picked on and messed with while you're trying to do your job. And it's going to be your own coworkers and employees that are messing with you. I've experienced that myself. People consider me to be a different kind of a person. Now, I'm not like weird in a way that people can put their finger on. Like, I don't talk about weird stuff and I don't you know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those mentally ill guys who believes that I was once kidnapped by space aliens or something. But people sense difference about me, I guess, and they've tried to bully me in the past in the workplace because of that. Now, for me, I always stuck up for myself. I was always ready and willing to pick up my fists and fight with somebody who was trying to push me around. But I would get fired a lot of times because of that. Because a lot of times what would happen is people would try to start bullying me or try to start clowning on me or whatever. I would put up with it for a day or two because I'm trying to keep my job. But eventually, I would step to them like, "Okay, dude, let's go outside. Let's do this." And a lot of times, I'd end up getting fired because the person I beat up was like the boss's cousin or something. Well, you know what I'm saying? But here's the reason why I'm telling you guys all this. I was able to stick up for myself, right? Because I just kind of have a take no crap mentality. Although I've mellowed on that in recent years. But a lot of these other homeless guys who are really truly weird, they've probably had a ton of jobs where they go into work and once people figure out how slow or how different or whatever they are, they start bullying them until it becomes to the point where it becomes a form of hell to even show up for work every day. So a lot of these homeless guys you see that are able-bodied on the street corners have probably had a number of jobs where that same situation has repeated itself over and over again, no matter where they've tried to work. So they stay away from employment for that reason. And I'm telling you, that's a huge part of it. People don't understand that that's a huge, huge part of it. It's not about being lazy. Listen, we all know lazy people. There's lazy people in every town. Everybody knows somebody who's just truly lazy. Most lazy people aren't out there panhandling. Lazy people always find a person's basement to live in, or a cousin to stay with or something. They might get kicked out a lot of times. They might only last a month or two wherever they go. But like, nobody's on the street just off of lazy, at least not off of laziness alone. Um, like think about it. Think about whatever town you're from, the lazy people you know. They didn't turn out to be panhandlers. So it's not laziness that drives, people panhandling. But when it comes to getting back to my point, when it comes to seeing somebody that is physically capable of working, and you see this person on the side of the road, and they might even have muscles and everything, and you think to yourself, man, this dude is capable. He's not in a wheelchair. He's just scamming people because he could work if he wanted to. You're not taking into account the mental aspect of things, and you're not taking into account that most workplaces are no different than like a high school environment. When people find out that you're a little different in any kind of way, and if you can't stand up for yourself, they're going to start bullying you. And if you can't stand up for yourself, that bullying is going to get worse and worse over time. So like I said, these people have had almost all these homeless people that you see out there have had a number of jobs where they were capable of doing their job, but basically people picked on them. And so they left their job, and they probably had 5, 6, maybe 7 different jobs, maybe more, where that exact same scenario kept taking place over and over again. So that's what I wanted to say about the able-bodied homeless. The next time you see an able-bodied homeless person out there panhandling, don't judge him. If you don't want to give him something because some red flag went off in your mind, cool. But don't judge him. Don't spread rumors about him. You don't know him, all right? And they face a lot of struggles that you don't, especially like the mentally ill people. They face a lot of struggles that you don't even have to think about. All right, that's it.